Yo, what's going on, everyone? Get started in a couple minutes here. Yo, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. It's nighttime for me. Late stream today? Yeah, exactly. I wasn't gonna stream, but I got some work I want to do for a future video, so I figured we'll be writing some code today that I will use in a future video. So that could be kind of fun. Yo, what's up, Apples? How you doing? What's up, V4R? I don't know how to pronounce your name. What's up, M Long? How you doing? Yeah, I'm trying to do, on YouTube, you can dual stream to vertical and horizontal, so I have it set up. We're going to see how it works with the terminal. I don't know what the crop is going to look like. I can't imagine it's going to be good. Hola! First time I've been here from the start. Welcome, welcome. What's up, FS Tech? How you doing? Gotta rearrange these windows. This YouTube layout is terrible. There we go. Your piano sounds like it's tracking on a VHS. What does that mean? I know what tracking on a VHS means. Is it glitchy? Is that what you're saying? Hitting that piano whammy bar? See, that's not right. If that's what you're hearing, something's not right. It shouldn't be sounding like that. Good morning from Germany. Yo, good morning, good morning. Dave, I always think you look like a parallel version of Alex or Moses. Do you mean Alex Hormozy? Because I've gotten that comment a lot. Piano sounds fine. Thank you, I'm long. Yeah, I think Video James is lying to me. I don't know, you might be lying. Everyone else says the piano sounds fine. Yo, what's going on? What's going on? What's up, TCB? How you doing? Clearwater? Nice. Welcome, welcome. Bet the weather there is beautiful. Hey, good morning from India. Hey, welcome, welcome. Hi from Boulder, Colorado. We got people from everywhere here. That's awesome. The tracking must be done. Yeah, I had to go through and track it. That's why. You writing a Linux VM in Bash? No, that is not what I'm doing. We're going to be writing bash, and it's going to be Linux related. That is all that means. Whew. Hello, Dave. Another live stream. Are you playing an actual keyboard or just the keyboard on your computer? It's a great question. You ready for this? Does that answer your question? So, real keyboard. It is hooked up to my computer. Yo, what's up, NMBB? How you doing? Good evening from Chicago, East Tennessee. Hello from Chile. Yo, we got people from everywhere. How cool is that? That's awesome. You got skills. Yo, appreciate it. What a nice compliment. The angle makes your mic look huge. What, this angle right here where the mic's like the entire chat? Or do you mean this one? Can you even see the mic there? I guess you can. Yeah. Or this angle where the entire Christmas tree is the mic. Like, that is a ridiculous angle. The keyboard. Gotcha. Let's see. What are we doing over here? There we go. Now we got the main layout pulled out. I have to see what the YouTube auto thing looks like because it's probably going to be terrible, right? Yeah, this YouTube vertical dual stream thing I don't think is the way to go. It's like cropped in super weird. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Oh my God, everyone's here. Chat's blowing up. I'd love to see it. Yeah, if you're watching on vertical on YouTube, I'm sorry. This layout is not anything I can control. I don't know if I'll be doing that in the future. It seems annoying. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. Cool. Yo, buenas noches from New York City. Hey, welcome. Slowly doing the course. Nice. Learning $@ today? Well, that is not a thing. You made up that syntax, so congratulations. I think you mean $. But yeah, no, that's awesome. I wish you luck on the course. NMBB, I'll pull it up in a second. Yo, 01 underline. Thank you for the tier 1 subscription on Twitch. Ooh, that's super cool. Appreciate it. The URL is... Do I have the URL anywhere? Hold on. Okay, I can do that. There we go. If you look at the top bar here, there's the URL for it. Why don't I just do this? I don't know what that exclamation mark bot command is in Twitch. I have no idea what that is. That is not right. Just ignore that. Ooh, what's happening over here in Twitch? Hold on. Something just blew up. Yo, 01 underline. Thank you for the gifted subs. Would you gift 5 subs? You're awesome. Thank you, 01 underline, for the 5 gifted subs to Twitch. That's beautiful. Shout out to everyone who just got a tier 1 sub. Magister Draco, Video James, Nemesis Incuro, Harsh, and OG Proto V. I don't know how to I may have messed up your names. Yo, seriously, hero. Thank you. Super nice, super nice. I saw that Bash Christmas tree. I remember that video. I'm not sure which video you're talking about because there is a new... I don't know if you've seen the new version. If you're talking about last year's video, we got a new and improved version. Look at that. The internet has been kind of dead to me. I'm 42 years old. Yeah, I can totally understand that. This channel and these live streams are kind of one of the last living bastions. Well, that's a lot of pressure. If you want my completely unsolicited advice, this doesn't necessarily have to be towards you. This can be towards anybody who's annoyed and just completely sick of the internet being dead. That'll happen if you just sit there and idly consume what your For You page is giving you. If you're not sitting there directing it, if you're not driving it, if you're not choosing to go to certain destinations like forums and things like that, it's going to feel dead to you. Don't idly scroll the For You page. Actually have a goal in mind when you go to the internet. Think of it like a place you go to, and you will get a lot more out of it. That's my completely unsolicited advice. So, yeah. Just a little gift for your great content. Yo, appreciate it. That's so nice. I've been ousted as unsubbed. Dude, totally. Super embarrassing. Yo, we just got raided? Oh my god. Yo, thank you for the raid. Oh my god. Okay, cool. Sorry, it scrolled super weird. Yo, what's up? Howdy, howdy. CM Griffing. Am I pronouncing that correctly? I'm sure it's not CMG riffing. Although I do kind of like that. Alright, it's not CMG riffing. CM Griffin. Yo, welcome. Appreciate it. Thank you for the raid. Hopefully you had a good stream. And we are gearing up to have a good stream here. We just started, 13 minutes ago? So we're about to get into it. Let's see. The stream title sounds like Dave starting its own Linux distro. That is not what's happening. That is not what's happening. You do quite a bit of riffing. Hey, yo, I can appreciate that. So yeah, if you're just tuning in, we're going to get started in like the next minute or two. I do have a keyboard in front of me. So when I need to think, sometimes I'll just start playing piano. So just be prepared for that. Yo, Shinigami, thank you for the Prime subscription on Twitch. I appreciate that. So what are we going to be doing is I'll be writing some bash. We're going to be writing a program. We're going to be writing a series of programs in bash, but I'm specifically going to be targeting Linux. Normally, I try to keep things POSIX compliant and only like target Unix or Unix-like operating systems, so I can do it on my Mac, but it will work on a Linux or FreeBSD. This is Linux specific. We're going to be doing some fun stuff with the Linux proc file system. So it'll be a ton of fun, and we'll dive into the next couple of minutes. I'm absolutely not going to write my own Linux distro in bash. I don't even know how I would do that. By the way, I'm familiar with you because I tagged Btop on Twitter at one point, and you got tangentially mentioned. That's so funny. Oh, man. You tagged Btop on Twitter. What? Oh man, what was the what was that about? That's so funny. Because if it's about that, it's gonna be about some sort of like absolute bash nonsense. I love Btop. She's one of my favorite creator mutuals. Btop is awesome. Yeah, Btop mentioned. Yeah, exactly, dude. She's awesome. I was just messaging her today about some stuff, some bash stuff. So it's awesome. Let's see. Hey, I can't get new points for the leaderboard. Only the first 3 people in stream can get points for the leaderboard. Hold on, let me check up on YouTube chat. YouTube chat froze. I had to refresh it, so I'm a little bit behind there. I apologize, anyone. Also, I love your hair. Hey, thank you. What a nice compliment. Let's see. Thanks for a bunch of inspirational videos on Bash, Dave. I know you are mostly on Mac, today doing Linux, but did you ever explore different Windows Bash peculiarities like WSL or Git Bash? No, not really. I don't know much about Git Bash or WSL besides what like Btop has showed me with Git Bash stuff, which was super weird. So I don't have much experience with it. What do you mean doing Linux? Wow, should I change the title? Is this just more confusing for people than anything? We're just going to be running bash today, but we're going to be on Linux. Normally I'm on my Mac. We're going to be on Linux using Linux specific facilities like the proc and sys file system. Sys is SYS for what I'm saying there. Are you on Apple Silicon? I am currently. Yes, I am on an M1 Ultra Mac Studio. Enjoyed your recent Christmas tree video? Yo, appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, look at this beautiful thing. We coded this live on stream. If you want to watch a video, go check out my YouTube. Did you notice the snow actually stays in the ground? Nice touch. It's a really fun thing because we individually address each snowflake. So there's an array of all snowflakes. Once it gets to the bottom, we remove it from the array, but we don't delete the visual representation. So once it gets to the bottom of the page, it just sticks there because we're not redrawing the screen. So when a new snowflake falls in place, it takes over its place. So it's cool. It's less work that we actually have to model, which is kind of nice. I go for a walk to think. That's what I do. I was on the treadmill for an hour and a half today. All I wasn't thinking, I was on my laptop editing videos because content creation is a full-time job, which is it's just how it is. Dave, are you in the Bahamas or are you lying? I am lying. I am not in the Bahamas. Could you teach us the ways of the printer someday? I hate them so much. I don't even know what you mean. The printer? Like printing things? Northern Wisconsin with 4 feet of snow. I am so sorry to hear that. Mac Studio, 1K a month for 24 months. No, it was a one-time payment I made for it, and it was very expensive. I don't need to get into how much this whole system costs, but I've absolutely got my money worth out of it. I will say that much. Let's see. Let me scroll on Twitch. I got a lot of people here, so way more people than I'm used to having here. So this is awesome. Let's see. I tagged Bad Cop in a mention of the pure bash implementation of an IRC client. You mentioned the bash IRC server. Had to go look it up. Right. Okay. I remember now. Yeah, because there's the pure bash IRC server, and then there's the pure bash IRC client, and that's just crazy. I love the world of pure bash utilities. It's just so much fun. I remember that Twitter exchange now. Do you write bash for work as well? Yeah, bash has come up at every single place I've ever worked. Besides when I worked in a kitchen when I was in high school. Great job. But yeah, no, bash has come up pretty much at every place I work. Almost any sort of work where you're like doing software engineering in like a DevOps-y kind of role, like you're gonna have to know some sort of shell or bash or something. You're going to need to enlist the agents to deal with all of your social media attention. You're going to blow up exponentially. That's what people keep saying. I'm ready for it. We're waiting for it. I almost have 75,000 subscribers on YouTube, so that 100,000K silver play button is coming. Like, it's coming. I will be getting that in the next couple of months, so that is super awesome to see. Are you going Asahi Linux today? No. I don't even know if I pronounced that one correctly. No, we're going to be on Void Linux. Do you do Docker containers or others? I do Docker just because everyone else does Docker when I have to, but I'm on Illumos, so we have zones and we have Beehive instances, so I will do Beehive Void Linux, and then I'll run Docker inside that if I absolutely need it. Today, we're not going to be doing any Docker. We're going to be running inside an Illumos zone, which is similar to like a FreeBSD jail, which will be running a Beehive instance, which is similar to like Linux KVM, to do virtualization. So, a lot of stuff there. Different types of bashing in the kitchen. Listen, man. Even in a kitchen, you might have to bash some chicken to tenderize it. Listen, man. So true. Void is pretty. I love Void. Void Linux is one of my favorite ones. Have you used Arch Linux? Yes. I don't love Arch Linux. I know there's like a cult following around it, and that's cool. Like, I think Arch Linux is really cool. I like systemd free Linux distros. I'm not like a crazy like systemd is the devil type of thing. I like things to be very simple, and it's what I'm used to. I don't spend much time on Linux, so like I'm one of those people who's like, if everything just changes, I don't know how to deal with it. So when I use Void, it feels like I'm using Linux like 10 or 15 years ago, which is enough for me. It's all I need. So hey Dave, yo, what's up, Ogre? How you doing? Do I need a fancy Mac Studio for bash scripting? Not at all. You could bash script on a Raspberry Pi. You pronounced it bad. Sick. You can run bash on anything. That is pretty much true. Arch feels like a rite of passage. Arch feels bloated to me. That's why I don't like to use it. I like to use simpler things than that. Yeah, I don't know. Systemd is just a lot. I just like Void Linux. It's simple with simple service manager. I can just kind of, I don't know. It gets out of my way. That's what I really like about it. So actually we can go there. There we go. Now we'll be on our Void Linux machine. So we can, I have to figure out what I'm going to call this code, but for now we'll just call it V. I don't have a good name for this. And we can talk about what we're going to write, because I'm going to be spoiling a future video here, but I'm not going to turn this into a video. So this, like, I'm not going to cut up this VOD and make it a YouTube video. My videos don't do super well when I cut up VODs and put in there. Instead, I'm going to write something here, get all the kinks out, make it perfect, and then rewrite it as part of a long form video. So I can actually have like a little bit of notes on the side and stuff like that. So we'll get to see what's going on there. Hey Dave, I totally just read into that. Have you seen the tragedy of System D? Very interesting talk. Even no, I have not seen that. I don't even know what that is. Yeah. Any setup of NixOS on RPI? I don't use NixOS. I've never used it. I couldn't tell you anything about it. All right, let's fire it in there. Let's see what we got going on here. Any good tool to make TUI with Bash? Not that I am aware of, although I'll probably end up writing something, because in this video we are going to be making a little bit of a TUI. So we can talk about that. But I don't know of anything specifically. People have asked me to write one, so maybe I'll do that. So what we are working on today on stream is something I was going to work on my own, but then I thought that's kind of boring, so why not just stream the whole process? Because content, and the more I stream, the more I can get people to, you know, hit subscribe on YouTube or give me money. And that's why I do it, guys. I do it for the love of the money, okay? Don't let me fool you into thinking I'm passionate about tech. I do all this for the... No, I'm just kidding. All right, let's do this. Oh, man. Actually, let me silence my phone real quick. Okay, we're good. So we are going to be recreating some common tools, and by common tools I mean like Btop. You know, Btop has this nice little like CPU graph and this memory graph and stuff. I want to recreate those with just basic bash scripts, and I want to do them using like the proc and the sys file system. So what I'm thinking is we'll have a couple different tools here. We'll have a CPU one, and we'll come up with names for this as part of the video. I'll figure that out. We'll come up with a CPU one, a disks one, a network one, and just a generic system one. So the system one, we'll figure out with that. That's going to be like sort of a dashboard type of thing. So we're going to have these four scripts. We'll go ahead and make them executable. And we can start with just like the CPU one and get working there. Yeah, it'll be like Btop type of thing. It won't be as feature complete, but I want to show, basically, I want to recreate some of these things using just pure bash scripts with no external utilities, but being able to use the Linux proc file system, because the Linux proc file system is wild with the stuff it has in it. Like, oh my God. Okay, I'm not gonna, I'll talk about this a little bit, like in the actual video that I make, but take a look at this. Ready? I'm gonna log into an Illumos system. This is a system for grownups. This is what the Illumos proc file system looks like. There's just one directory per process. It isn't a Linux dumping ground of whatever they decided to just throw in there. Linux just decides to, from the kernel level, printf data at you as strings. No, it's super different. So like on Illumos, we have this, and I can't even view them unless they're my own process, can I? Yeah, and this is like binary packed data, which you'd have to compile against like the header, the headers of like the kernel version you're on. Whereas with Linux, totally different world. It's all text-based. I'm going to do my best in the video to not make a value judgment. I'm just going to say because it's text-based, we can use bash scripts. So that's what we'll be doing as part of the video. But yeah, this will be like bonus stuff I'll throw at the end or something. And then Illumos does have a Linux compatible proc file system, so we'll be mounting that. That'll be kind of fun. One of your old vids appeared on my feed and your voice was so deep. Do you mean like it's not now and it was then? That's interesting. I don't think my voice has changed at all. Let's see. GPU usage too. Yeah, we'll see if we can even pull that information. I don't know if that's going to be stuck in proc or anything. I actually have no idea where that would be. Proc partitions. I can't even tell you what's in proc partitions. Oh. Didn't even know that existed. That's interesting. I've used, what was is it devices? No, disk stats, right? Yeah, that's what I've used. But then even then it's confusing because it puts the partitions and stuff in there too. So what I found is easier is if you just do like ls sys block, I think, and you can get the devices this way. So I could do like, let's say VDA here, and then there's, what is it, statistics? I have to remember these off the top of my head. Q? Yeah, Q has, that's stable rights. I don't remember. We're gonna have to figure out which one's which. Is that the same one from disk stats? It's not, is it? No, it is, isn't it? Wow, just more separated. Separated by a lot of spaces. Yeah, we'll figure out which one we're going to use to actually make that work. Yeah, ls block, of course, works too. But we're going to try and grab all of it from proc, because that way we won't have to fork out to external tools. Wait, what OS is your Arbiter machine running? That is OmniOS. So OmniOS runs on the Illumos kernel, which is a fork of Open Solaris after Sun was acquired by Oracle. When these ideas come to mind, do you have like a pre-baked idea for what you plan to do for the solution in terms of implementation? Or do you just jump in head first and start writing? Pretty much jump in head first and start writing. Like, I know enough to make this work. So, yeah, I don't know. I have like a rough idea of what I'm going to do. Yo, checking in from Sweden. Welcome, welcome. Yo, always saw your YouTube videos, but never saw you live till now. Well, hey, welcome. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in. Cool. So here's what we're going to do. Let's go over here. And let's just start writing some code. Let's start doing some CPU code. Because I think for CPU, you have CPU info, which we can get the information out of it. But I think there's something else. Is it usage? Proc stat? I think it's proc stat. There we go. Proc stat is what we're going to look at for CPU usage. Because we can grab, this is the overall CPU usage, but then we can grab each individual core here. So, why OmniOS CPU is AMD, so any classic Linux could do it? No. OmniOS is just the operating system I prefer. Like, this Linux is a virtual machine running on OmniOS. I prefer the OmniOS kernel over Linux. I don't know if I have Linux running on any bare metal hardware, except for like that mirror right there that I'm pointing to. I just prefer it. So like, this is my hypervisor, and that instance that I'm logged into, Void, it's just a virtual machine running on this hypervisor. So I just prefer on the bare metal to run Illumos. That's just an operating system I'm more comfortable with. I know how to use it. Also, I'm flexing my 256 gigs of RAM. This will go for a pretty penny today. All right, so let's actually get started here. So we have proc stat. Can you man proc stat? You can. Kernel system statistics. Varies with architecture, and common entries include this: the amount of time measured in units of user hertz, 1/100th of a second on most architectures. Use the clock tick to get this value, that the system, CPU line, or the specific CPU end line spent in various states. User, nice, system, idle, IO8, IRQ, soft IRQ, steal, guest, nice. Okay, interesting. Let's see. Yo, Danny, thank you for the Prime subscription over on whatever that site is called. Twitch. I couldn't think of it. I literally couldn't think of what it was called. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right, so how are we going to do this? It's like $1 million of RAM, dude. It totally is. User nice, system, idle. Okay, let's start writing this. So our CPU one will be basic CPU utilization graph. So it'll be very similar to how Btop does it. Lots of grep incoming. There will be no grep. No external utilities at all. Asterisk, we're going to use tput, but then I'm going to rewrite it with an external utility. So I might use tput just in this stream, but in the actual video, we won't be using it. No, we won't be using grep or any of that stuff. Look at this. We have to get the CPU end lines because that is all we care about. So we can do this. And we have to grab the stuff out of it that we care about. We We should figure out the best way to do that. What do we actually want to store? What's the most RAM that you've used at a time? Do you mean like a system? I've logged into systems with terabytes of RAM, but what have I used like in a process? I don't really even know how to answer that. Let's see. So we should read through this while it's a CPU line, and we should store this information. We'll have to go through and process it, but that's okay. Hey Dave, the bottom of the terminal is cropped for you guys? Is it? Shouldn't be. It is. Look at that. Thank you. MySap. Let me fix that for you guys. How is that? Looks better on my end. There you go. Okay, cool. Thank you. Sick. All right, sweet, perfect. Yeah, thank you for letting me know. Because I wouldn't have realized that, and I would have hate to have recorded an entire video with it being cropped like that. That'd be super annoying. So if we're going to do a utilization graph, we have to be able to read that file in while read-r. What does it look like? The border is cropped now? Is it like slightly off? Where do you see the border being cropped? I'm just looking at my preview. I don't see any sort of cropping there. Yeah, I don't know. Looks good on my end. Looks okay to you. Oh, did you delete that message? I don't even know. Whatever. If it's cropped, just let me know. Otherwise, it looks like it's fine. Must have been a delayed message. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think when I open up a new tab, let me see. If I open up a new tab, yeah, it pushes the terminal down when I do that. So I should just be mindful of that now. Yeah. But this is also fine too. Who cares if there's like a little bit of space at the bottom? Like, I don't think you guys care if it's like perfect or not. Or you do, I don't know. Tell me. There's like a 10 to 15 second delay between your messages. All good. Yeah. Sounds good. All right, let's do this. Let's jump in. So we want to grab proc_stat as the file, and we want to grab the CPU and then all these fields. And we only care if they have CPU in the name, so if they start with CPU. So we can do this. We can do key, and let's go ahead and man proc stats. Nope, proc stat. User, nice, system, idle, IO8, IRQ. User, I already forgot. I should pull this up in a separate terminal. User, nice, system, idle. User, nice, system, idle. We're literally just going to put all the fields here. Now the top line is cropped. Are you guys lying to me? Which part is cropped? I don't see anything cropped at all. IO8, IRQ, soft IRQ. Thank you, Video James. You're actually the one I trust here. Steal, guest nice. I don't even know if we need half these things. That is hideous that they're all on the same line. There's got to be a way to put them on a different line, so. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you all. I appreciate it. I'm getting a lot of looks good from everyone on both streams. And the streams on Twitch and YouTube should be the exact same. I'm literally using a plugin to send the same stream to both places, so that should be good. Steal guest. Nice. Okay. That's the fakest username I've ever seen. Thank you for the Prime subscription, Dave Ade. Dave Ade. What do you pretended to have my name? Dave Eddy? I don't appreciate that. Hey Dave, you posted your bash course at the perfect time for me. I was able to pass on to the next stage of an interview process, largely thanks to you and your course. Let's hear that. That's amazing. I'm very suspect about your username, but let's hear it for you because that's amazing. Congratulations. That's awesome to hear. All right, so let's do this. While read -r key, user, nice, system. I don't like how far this goes. Can I just do this? Is this actually valid bash syntax? I think it is. There we go. So if we read in from, what is it? Proc stat. Then we run CPU. It'll print the key of all the first one I found. So that's pretty good. Pronounced Davide. Not trying to steal your thunder, LMAO. Davide. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Listen, I'm just, at first when I read it, I was like, Dave Ade. And I was like, that's very close to Dave Ade. I don't know about this guy. Okay. Davide. Heck yeah. Awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying the course. I'm glad it could help you out. That's super cool to hear. All right. So we have the key name out of this. So we can do this. Key equal CPU star. We'll do a nice little glob match there. What's the way to turn off file globbing in bash? Key equal CPU star or break. So this should filter when the key is not a CPU. So if key not equal CPU star, then done processing keys, break. There we go. So we get the CPU style keys, and then when we're done, we just break out of the loop. So very simple. Now the question is, this doesn't actually glob, right? That's just a wildcard mesh. That's not a glob. That shouldn't bring up any sort of system globbing. If I like touch like CPU 55. Right, okay. I'm just being overly pedantic here. All right. If key is not equal to CPU, then break echo key. So now what we can do is when we process a given key. So what are we gonna do here? Let me think. For the CPU, do we want the total CPU usage at the top and then the cores below it? Because like if you, let's say you do Htop, for example, it has one for each core, but it doesn't have like a global CPU usage one. So we could technically do it like that. I don't know. I don't know which one's cleaner. I guess we can just do both because it doesn't really matter. They're all really the same logic. So we should figure out how to actually do something here. Yeah, what's up, Sashi? How you doing? Htop does have one, but it's not enabled by default. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Enjoying a hot today and cleaning up my file system. That is wild. Sounds fun. I did a little bit of file system cleanup earlier. Certain man pages, if you're on like Arch Linux or something, you might have to just install man pages. There might be a package for the man pages. I think you also have proc underbar stat. Yeah, you might be able to man proc underbar stat. That might load for you. If not, you might have to install some sort of man page. Yeah, I have man pages POSIX, man pages development, and man pages installed through my package manager. You might have to do something like that. Not a whiskey drink, not hot today. Fair enough. Btop does it on top as well. Should I just install Btop? Yeah, I probably should just do that. Jesus. Oh my god. You guys like this? This is so over the top. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a hater. Maybe I'm a boomer. This is... I feel like I'm watching a movie. I feel like I'm watching a movie and some guy's like, hacker voice, I'm in. I don't mean to knock this program. This is a really cool interface, and the fact that someone made it is super duper cool. But like, is this even useful? This is so like, Htop's already borderline not that useful. This just seems like, this is for like screenshots. Is this for actually getting work done? Am I just sounding out of touch when I say that? It's totally possible I'm sounding out of touch when I'm saying that. Like, what is this? From a 1,000-foot view, it's cool. I really do like the fading text colors. As the cursor moves down, the text fade. That's a really, really cool effect. Like, that's super cool. I love that. But, oh man. I don't know. Maybe I'm not hip with the kids, but like, oh, what's happening here, guys? Teaching an old dog new tricks? Yo, I appreciate it. What is this? Press escape. Am I in a video game? Is this a menu? I promise I'm not a hater. Like, this is actually cool. It's cool. It is cool. I have to get out of the mindset of... I'm just being a hater. This is actually really cool. This is a cool interface. I don't have anything to say right now. Yeah, this is cute. It's a very busy screen. You may not be a hater, but I am. Dude, it's just like... Yeah, Video James. This looks like one of those things like you'd look up like the Hollywood YouTube video where like when you need to put like a hacker thing on. Like... I can click. This is insane, guys. The fact that the UI underneath it is still updating is actually sick. Like, okay. Here's my problem. I went into this with a specific mindset, and I have to change my mindset around it. I have to change my perspective because like this is actually a really sick program. This is actually impressive. It's just wow. It's a lot to look at. These are sick themes though. I do like the idea of just having a theming engine. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's wild. What a wild piece of software. Can you click an Htop? You might be able to. I think you can. Yeah, you can. I've heard of Btop. It's a bash script, but when I looked at the source code, it was like forking out to like Python and stuff. Like, so I don't know exactly what it does. It's very busy. I don't have Btop in my package manager, so I don't feel like installing it right now. Yeah. This is the moment when I uninstall Htop and install the god Btop. See, this is like, I have the exact opposite reaction. Like, this just shows me processes and quick CPU usage and memory usage. Like, even just seeing the process, just to see which process at the top is nice. Like, if I pull this up, like, I don't know. This is so busy. It's so busy. Okay. Glances is another. It's in Python. I've never even heard of that. Or zero. Is that supposed to be Python or is that a different thing? I don't know. If I'm genuinely asking, I literally don't know. The progress bars are nicer in Btop, but it's also a bit too noisy compared to Htop. Yeah, it's just very noisy. But again, it's like it's cool. Like I think TUIs like that are cool. Just oh wow, I can't like. There's a lot going on here. There's a lot to take in. I can see it being useful. You have everything. Like from a glance, I can look at it and kind of like have an idea what's going on. There's a scroll bar. Oh, that's excessive. That's hilarious. That's wild. What, no love for just top? Come on, guys. Huge fan of Void. Awesome to see it. Yeah, I love Void. Big fan of Void. So let's go ahead and recreate our own that has a fraction of the features that this has. So we need to store some information. Let's see. Declare -a. We need old and we need new. I'm trying to think of a way to actually explain this to the user. But we need old and we need new. Because the way this file works, for those who don't know, is every time you run cat procstat, actually, you can see every second it runs, these numbers increment. So every second it's running, we're getting a difference every time these seconds increment. That's how much its usage is going up. It's a monotonic number. It just goes up from the time the system was booted. So if we take a look at this file, sleep for a second, take a look at this file again, then we know how much CPU was used in that 1 second. So we'll be doing something like that, basically. Let me go ahead and do this. These are some notes for myself for when I actually make the video. Okay. In case you guys wondered what my notes look like for videos, like this is it. This is as much notes as I do, and then it's just like a loose outline to kind of keep me on track when I talk. Okay. So if we go to the CPU usage here, we need to figure out, what do we need to figure out? We need to figure out the total time and the idle time, and I think we need to get a fraction of it. So if we were to calculate the system use time, I'm going to be showing off B time in the main video, absolutely. And I'm going to be like, guys, listen, you may have seen this. We are not writing this today. That's what I'll be saying. Like, that would be a multi-long series of videos. This is just meant to be short and sweet and get you the point. No, we're not going to be using end curses. We're just going to be using bash and printf and tput and things like that. So how would we get total usage? Because we have the user time, the nice time, the system. I think we add it all up, right? Let me think. No, I didn't freeze. My brain froze. I'm just trying to think, because all of this describes what the CPU is doing. I think we need to add up all these numbers, because the CPU is going to be doing something with all these numbers, and that's our total. And then we need to add up the idle time, which would just be idle and IO wait. And then we know the total thing the system did and how much of that was idle, and then we can calculate a percentage. I believe that's what we can do here. So we can do something like this. Idle equals total and idle. So the total is user plus nice plus system plus idle plus IO wait plus IRQ plus soft IRQ plus steal plus guest nice. That's a lot of stuff there. And the idle is the idle plus IO wait. I think that's it. And then we can store it in an array of data. So we can say data key equals total and idle. Now we get down here, declare -p data, and we'll see what that array looks like. Yeah, I believe idle should be stored in the total. We can double check this, but I think that's right. Yo, what's up, Frank? How you doing? Okay, so here we can see the idle time and the CPU time, CPU 0, CPU 1, CPU 2, and CPU 3. Cool. Then we can do this. We can say, instead of data, we could say now. We can store that in now. And we can make another one called then. And this is how we will, no, we can't call it then. Let's see how this makes sense. Because if we do this, and then we sleep for 1 second, and then we copy and paste all this, we'll put this in a function, obviously. Hey, Dave, I do suck at programming. Yo, you and me both, brother. Before, yeah, that probably makes more sense using before and after. Let's just do that. Okay, we have before, we have after. Now we can loop over the keys. Technically speaking, we could have more keys in after and before. A CPU could come online or offline. Let's not worry about that right now. So for key in before, loop the keys, do, done, echo key. Let's go ahead and run that. There we go. So that's sampled for 1 second, then we echoed the key. We can get the value out of it. So we can get the read-r. How do we store it? We store it as total idle. So total idle read in from before at key total 1 and idle 1, and then we'll read total 2 and idle 2 from after at key. We'll make an assumption that they're always there. And then we can say, let's see, total equals total 2 minus total 1. Idle equals idle 2 minus idle 1. There we go. And now we can get the delta between them, and we should be good to go. Now, there is something we have to consider, because we don't have floating point numbers, so we'll have to do some sort of like fixed point arithmetic here, and I do want a small percentage. So we could do some trickery here. We could do this. Usage equals, we have to do total minus the idle divided by the total. I wonder if instead of total and idle, we should do busy. Because busy divided by busy plus idle might be easier to understand, you know what I mean? Like if we do this. We'll call that busy. So instead of busy minus idle up here, busy already has idle taken out of it. It's busy divided by busy plus idle. And then this will give us a number between 0 and 1. But because we don't have floating point floating point numbers, we have to do this to get a percentage. So I think we can do something like this. I might be off by 1 or something, but we can see what this looks like. Okay, well that's clearly not right. I don't think the CPUs are pegged at 100%, but, you know, hey, we're getting somewhere, right? Lots of copying. I said we're copying and pasting now. We're going to clean all this up and refactor it later. Don't worry about that. Yeah, it is 100% idle, isn't it? Yeah. So that is how much time is idle. Let me think. Hold on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab something to drink. I'm thirsty. All right, I'm back. Let's figure out why I'm stupid. We have the busy, we have the idle. We get the difference between the busy and the idle. We have before and after. This is the delta busy, the delta idle. If we do busy divided by the total time the CPU is doing anything. If we were busy 98 and we were doing something for 90, this should be the usage. It shouldn't be the idle time. So what am I doing wrong here? Let me think. All right, so we have a very large number of busy. So that is clearly wrong. So that's what's going on there. We should not have a very large number of busy. All right, yeah, these seem fine. These numbers are huge. Is there something about this file that I don't understand? there something clever about this file? Am I getting very large numbers the first time I read it? That's not a thing in Linux, right? Are you doing something similar to Btop? Yep, that's basically what we're recreating in Bash. Hey, new to the shell, if you don't mind me asking, what is your project about? So we are recreating kind of like Htop or Btop, this kind of like CPU graph stuff, but we're going to be recreating it using Bash and just the Linux proc file system. So we're not going to be using any external tools, no grep or awk or set or anything like that. That's kind of what we're doing. I have, dude, is that Spanish? I don't speak that language, yo, my bad. I have no idea what you're asking me. Where could I learn to do such programming in Bash? Oh my god, what a great question. Oh my god, would you like to learn how to program and script in Bash? That's so crazy because I have a course and it's free. And it's not fake free where I ask you for your email and then have you sign up with a credit card and then I charge you secretly 3 days later. No, it's actually free. It's a YouTube video. So go to course.ysap.sh, go check out this video. It's on my YouTube. It's over 7 hours long. You'll learn Bash. That's my promise. Dave, will I get a job after this? No. I can't promise you that. No one else can, okay? What I can promise you is if you follow along with this course, you'll be better with Bash than you were before you got started with this course. That's it. That's my promise. It's free content. Go check it out. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, etc., etc. Awesome. Thank you for the layup there. Based. Yo, exactly. All right, so what are we doing wrong here? What's happening here? Let's think about what's happening here. Why is this number gigantic? Do you have to read the file? Okay, this is a weird question. I don't know how Linux works. Do I have to read the file once and then read it again? That's not a thing, right? Like, I don't have to do this. This is not a thing in Linux, right? I don't know Linux that well, so... No, it's not. Okay, thank God. I was hoping that wouldn't be a thing because that'd be wild. Big numbers for idle because the machine is idle mostly. I think your index is off. That could be. That's true. It very much could be. I listened to the whole thing while I was sleeping to absorb it. Oh, smart, honestly. That's a smart way of doing it. Store and XOR diff? What are you... Why are you... What are you showing me? Why do I need this? I have been encouraged to do so much more in pure Bash before I knew this channel. Yo, let's go. Love it. Oh, no response in Portuguese? Yeah, dude, I'm sorry, I don't speak Portuguese. I am not in Brazil. Or Portugal. True. True. I kind of ignored the obvious one there. Oh, you're right. Because I copied and pasted code, I'm including the idle time here, but not the idle time above. So that'll do it. That'll absolutely do it. So that was just a stupid copy and paste mistake. Portugal the Man? Hey, I know that band. There we go. Yeah, that's just from the copying and pasting thing. So that's super fun. So this will be fun. Something I sometimes think about is that a lot of the supposedly Bash-specific features that aren't in POSIX are also in KSH, but I never really see that mentioned as much. Oh yeah, KSH has a lot of cool stuff in it. So here we go. That fixed that issue. Let's go ahead and clean up this code so we don't have to copy things over, you know what I mean? So what should we do here? Let me think about how to do this. Okay. Let's make a function called read proc Now we can put all this in here. Local key user, nice. System idle IO8 IRQ. Local soft IRQ steal guest, nice. There we go. Local busy, local idle. It's already declared local, so it's not really a big deal. Now what we can do, yeah, check bashisms is that's been around forever. So what do we do now that we're here? We have this. We read it from it, and we load it into the data, so we could load it into before. We want to load this into after. We want better names for this. What you drinking? Yo, we got a Pepsi, regular Pepsi, 0 sugar. I just gotta say though, like seriously, thank you for the content you make, Dave. I'm in a bad place income-wise right now, but I absolutely intend to support your channel when I can. Yo, I appreciate it. Thank you so much for that compliment. I'm glad you enjoy the content, and don't worry about financially supporting the channel. If you want to, and if you're able to, like that's what I ask. If people want to support the channel, please make sure you're able to. If you're not able to, don't do it. That's why I make the content free. If you're a student or you're in a bad place income-wise, like the content's free. You absolutely do not have to give any sort of financial support. If you want to, I'm not going to stop you, but don't feel like you have to. Don't worry about it. But I appreciate you saying that. That's super cool. And yeah, I hope things, I hope you find yourself in a better place income-wise, because that's awesome. What else can I say there? So yeah, appreciate it. Very nice thing to say. Okay, so we could load this in data. We'll do data equals this and old equals this. Then we can clear out data here and load it into data. And then we can do this. We could say read proc and then sleep for 1 second. So we initialize the data. Then we can store that data that we read into while true, do, done. We'll figure that out later. We will store that in old equals data. Oh, how do you copy an array? Is there a convenient way to copy an array in Bash? I think there is. I disable ad blocker while watching your videos. Yo, incredible. Appreciate it. Much appreciated. What's an easy way to copy an associative array in Bash? If I do this, like declare -a array equals, I don't know, foo equals 1 bar equals 2. If I var dump array, we have that. Just don't use XOR? Okay, I won't do it then. Is there an easy way to copy the array? One doesn't think twice about copying an array in other languages. It's true. It's true. I think that was do not copy the array, but use XOR instead. Yeah, sure. Vardump's a program that I wrote. So vardump is a thing that I wrote, and dev bash vardump. It's on GitHub, git remote show origin. It's on GitHub if anybody wants it. It is a pure bash script to dump a variable by name. And I write crazy long block comments, and it does a whole bunch of stuff to print a variable to the screen as a form of like pretty print. So that's why I use it here. You can right click on a window, pop up, and has the option to copy things, man. Super cool. Map files, the recommended approach. An associative array, not an index array. If I was going to copy an indexed array, I would just put one in the other. But to do that, I can do this. Yeah, what you just pasted is a for loop to do it line by line. I'm trying to think if there is a simple one-liner to do it, because there is a declare command, and declare has some ways of printing a variable in a way that can be read back into the shell. So I'm wondering if we do something clever there. So like here, what I mean is you can do this. So the array is this. That's the values of the array. You can do something like that to quote the values of the array. So I can go to bash and then search for transformation, parameter transformation. Multi-dimensional array, that does not exist in bash. I assume the idea is use p. Yes, exactly. Declare-p just, yes. Declare-p prints out what it is, but I want to make sure that it's safe to read it back in. It may or may not be, but it prints out the command. That's different than what I want. Because if I do this, then I have to reevaluate the whole command. I was wondering if there's a way to simply get this part out of it. I'm just going to look this up. Okay. Possibly quoted, yeah. Yeah, this is not really great. There's no good way to do that without reevaluating the entire string. I can do that, I can do that, but it's possibly quoted. Declare-p original array. I don't know what that is. Yeah, it looks okay. I would just be, I'd have to run it back through evaluate, which seems silly because I have to change the variable name that it uses. Oh, this is definitely gonna be easier than making a whole web server. We're just gonna do it by hand. I'm just trying to think of clean ways to, I guess, no, I keep trying to think of ways to clean up the code as I'm going through, but it seems super pointless to do that now. Yeah, random. I feel like that too, but go look through the bash source code sometime and those feelings will change. All right, we have read proc. Let's have store data. I don't care. We need to, I'll come up with better names before I actually do the video. I just need to get this working. I don't know why I'm dragging my feet here. There we go. Store data in the old one. Process the data. Sleep for 1 second. And then read proc. That's what we need. And then we initialize it here. That makes perfect sense. So now we process the data. Data, and we have old. There we go. Can you make the one in sleep a parameter? Yep. bad array subscript on 37. Oh, yeah. Division by 0. How fun. Oh yeah, we can't process it yet. We've only stored the data. We haven't read the proc again. There we go. Now, my machine's very idle, so instead of 100, we can do 1,000. So it's not really a percentage. We're going to call it a percentage, but it's not actually a percentage. We're just going to do it out of 1,000. So now we can see, like, okay, it's like 2.9 is what that means. Okay. So that's a nice way of doing it. I don't like the way it's sorted, but we can worry about that later. Might have to keep an array of keys. But yeah, we'll worry about that later. Now that we have that. Yo, what's up, Richard? How you doing? Hey, Dave, how's it going? Merry Christmas as well. Hope you have a good New Year's. Hey, you as well. Hope your New Year's is good. Hope your Christmas was well. And yeah. I'm in, says Ghetto White Booty. Bro, what a chatter name. Let's do this. We print that out. We can put an echo here. Hello, Mr. Bash. Yo, what up? There we go. So now we're getting CPU usage. Hey, we do need to turn that into some sort of like fraction, some sort of thing that's actually like useful to us. And the way we can do that is by doing some work here. We have to get the integer portion of it and the fractional portion. So the integer portion is simple, usage divided by 10 because we're doing 1,000 there. And then the fractional portion is this mod the same number. So now we have that. We just have to figure out a way to actually like display it. Yeah, I think actually just int.frac. I think that's it. Percent equals int.frac. So now we can just do $%. There we go. Hey, look at that. That's pretty nice to look at. We can see how busy my CPU actually is. Give us some jazz piano? I don't know about that. I'll give you some piano. Is it possible to display the keys that are pressed on screen? Probably. I don't know how to set that up, but it's gotta be a way. Can I make some load on the machine? Like, what would actually, like, spike the CPU here? I have, like, another terminal. Could I, like, do something here? What's something to spike the load on the machine? I guess we could just do busy math, right? Recurse Fibonacci. Yeah, pipe bomb would do it. Yeah. You should seriously do a music channel, though. Like, seriously? That's so funny you would say that. I have a music channel on YouTube, and it's older than my You Suck at Programming channel. I've had it for about 6 years, and it has less than 10,000 subscribers, but I already have a music channel. Just look my name up on YouTube. You'll find it. Your course is going great. I'm enjoying it. Yo, that's awesome to hear. That's great. Okay, I have a simple idea, actually. Let me do... I guess we're already in the V directory, right? I can do... Let me think what I want to do here. You watched the first hour on the treadmill? Dude, that's awesome! That's great. And now I'm saying super, a word you use quite often. Do I really? Oh, that's interesting. I don't even know what, like, I just, after I've like watched my videos back and I'm like, oh, I guess I do have an interesting way of talking. Like, I just never even notice it. I guess one of the things I get commented a lot is like, okay, that's cool. That's awesome. Apparently I say that a lot. All right. So that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, here's what I want to do. I'd like to pull something that's just smaller than this, but you know what? It's easy enough. I have a whole bash course online. I don't know if you guys know that. Because I can just go get that bash course. Maybe I could go get that bash course. Why is it not downloading? Well, that's fun. I'll have to figure out that one later, huh? Use the bad sleep. Oh, that's true. Safe sleep. Oh my god, you guys are so right. I could literally just do safe sleep. Why don't I just put this thing in busy wait? Oh my god, I could literally just put this thing in busy wait, couldn't I? I was going to download the video and then just run it through FFmpeg. But why don't I just put this machine in busy wait? While true, do this. Done. Hey, that created some load. Look at CPU 3 over here. That's incredible. Look at that load on the machine. Wow. Safe sleep. Oh my god, you guys were so right. I completely just over-engineered that. Cool. So now we have this. We have the CPU numbers. Can we make some assumptions about this? I think we can make some assumptions. And what I mean by assumptions is, what about unsafe sleep? All right, let's run unsafe sleep. See, it doesn't even spike the CPU. What's the point of that sleep? We can make some assumptions here to sort it. We could probably get the highest index CPU and assume all other CPUs below it exist. So that's probably one way we could do that. We could also check to make sure they exist, but that's a way we can get around the sorting issue. Yo, what's up, Buddy's Pizza? Currently doing the OSCon 2012 Eric Challenge. I'm working on how to teleport safely. Yo, good luck, good luck. I knocked that challenge out. Bad Cop did as well. It's super fun. It's super rewarding when you get to the end of it. So yeah, good luck. It's super fun. Bad Cop, I don't doubt that you could write me an unsafe sleep. Oh my god. Please upload more if so. Ooh, I don't know what you're asking me. So on the safe sleep thing, I was wondering when you did the version with the background function, if seconds being global could be a problem, but also I thought maybe it runs in a subshell. Yeah, if you're running in the background, you go through a fork no matter what. So once you fork, you're in a new process. Like a new process has been created, so it has its own memory. So you don't have to worry about that. They can't talk to each other like that. I mean, that's just your operating system. Once you fork through your operating system, you have your own set of memory, so they can't modify each other like that. Dave is protected by me. Do not hurt or touch. What? Who are you talking to? What does that mean? Why would you say that? All right. So let's do this. Now that we have that, we can grab the number CPUs that we care about. So now that we've read the proc once, figure out the max CPU ID. Should we do this every time we read it? Like, okay, how realistic? If I'm running Htop and I go and offline one of my CPUs or a new CPU appears while it's running, like, do I actually care if the program is able to respond to that? Or would I just think I should just Control-C and rerun it? I think we're just going to make some assumptions here. And we'll talk about all the assumptions. I'll write them out as I'm doing it. But we should figure out the max CPU ID. So we can get we have it stored in a thing called data. How/why would a new CPU appear? Oh, you can just, well, actually, that's a good question. I don't know about Linux, but in a Lumos, you can offline cores if you wanted to. I can just go shut a core down. If I was in, a virtual machine, a VM, if I was in a virtual machine, I could just go add a core to it. Yeah, so I can imagine that happens. It's just, it's not, I don't know if I care so much if my program responds to it. Like if a core gets offlined and Htop crashes, I don't think I'd be mad at Htop. I'd be like, you know, like whatever. Yeah, I could test to see actually what they do. I'd be curious to see. But let's one thing at a time. One thing at a time. I'm not scolding chat. I'm talking to myself. One thing at a time, Dave. Let's slow down here. So, oh no, wait. No, this is fine. Yeah. For key in data, do, done. We want to get the number portion out of it. So num equals key, remove the CPU line from it, dash n num, or continue, because in the case where it's just a string CPU, there's not going to be a number there. So now we can just echo num, and then we'll put an exit here so we can describe what's going on. Okay, nice. There's our numbers right there. Notes. Do you care about the portions or just the sum? I don't know about if I'm going to do like user versus system time and do like red and green and stuff. Probably, but we'll get there. I think we'll get there as we go along. It might make sense to kind of iterate on this. The only way I know to shut down cores in BIOS configuration, at least in real hardware, maybe some VM you can. I mean, on my Illumos, like on my Illumos server, that's happened before. Like my buddy has a core that's broken and just keeps shutting down. So he has like a 64 core machine, but only 63 of the cores are online. So it's a real thing that can happen. He has no clue Bill Gates will kill him. I do not allow... Bro, listen, man, I don't... In the YouTube chat, what are you saying, man? You've said some weird stuff in my chat before. I don't mind if you hang out and stuff, but like, you're just sending the names of songs and random things. I don't know if you're a human or not. So just relax, man. You gotta relax, dude. I don't know what else to tell you. They are not... So they're in descending order. They're not in descending order. I'll show you what I mean. If I do proc stat here, they're not actually in descending order. It's when I load them into an associative array and then I enumerate the keys in the array in bash. Bash is giving me them in that order. Bash isn't giving me in any sort of like real order. It's just giving it to me in whatever order it decides to. So that's what's going on there. Yeah, bro, you're failing the Turing test. I don't know what's happening. Just, you gotta relax. Can you just use the length of the array to get the number of cores? I want to get the max. You could. We'd have to -1 because we have that. I want to get the max ID because... Let me think. I think I'm being overly pedantic here. Because I'm imagining a sparse array of CPUs. CPU 0, CPU 1, and CPU 7. Because CPUs 2 through 6 could have been offline. I think I'm just being overly pedantic here. Exactly. What if CPU is offline and the IDs aren't sequential? That's what I'm thinking about here. So I would want to get the max ID, which is my best possible, and then I can just enumerate the entire range between it. Yeah, how do we know which CPU went offline? Just look at the IDs is insufficient. That's actually a great question. I actually don't know if proc stat, like, I actually don't know if I offline a CPU. I don't even know how to offline a CPU with Beehive, to be honest. But like, if I offline this one, does it not show up in proc stat? Or does it just not get updated? Because if it just doesn't show up, like, it's not really that big of a deal. So, yeah. Yeah, yes, the number of CPUs is the number of that, but we don't know if it's CPU 0, 1, 2, 3, and 75. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm defending against. But I might be being too pedantic with that is what I'm saying. I can't sort the list. I don't have an ability to sort in Bash without forking out to an external tool easily. Let me imagine how the video would go. I'm thinking. Yo, Colorful Kitten. Hello. How are you doing? Welcome. Oh, man. I haven't talked to you in a hot minute. How was your Christmas? Hope you're doing well. I think the IDs are assigned only to active cores. Oh, interesting. You won't get a valid comparison after switching already. That is true. Yeah, because if the IDs change, then who knows what actually happens there. The CPU numbers are static during boot. This is on Linux. Ah, that's interesting. I could see that happening. Yeah, where once a CPU is online, if it goes away, like that ID is retired effectively. Oh man, could be something like that. Will this help? It's a guide on disable CPU cores. Ooh, yeah, maybe actually. I'll pull that up. I'm good. I'm glad you're back to streaming again. Yes. Oh my god, that's great. I'm glad you've been good. And yeah, I've been enjoying streaming. I did it last year during the Christmas time, and then I started doing it this year, and like, I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it. So I'm glad to be doing it too. This website is so bright. It's like blinding me. Oh my god, you can echo 0 into a sys device for it. Okay. Alright, let's have some fun here. We could crash the system. That's a totally real possibility that happens as a result of this. Let's run Htop. Let's go over here and get root over here. And then let's run this command. Echo 0 into sys devices system CPU CPU1 online. So here we go. Hey, look at this. It just marks it as offline. That's cool. That's really cool. So what does proc stats look like then? Oh, it's gone. Wait, it's gone though. It's gone, but Htop is aware that it's still there. Sys devices system CPU. Sys devices system CPU. Oh, it's still there. All right. This is exactly why I love watching this. Yeah, listen, I'll just turn off CPUs if we have to. Which one I turn off? CPU 1? I think so. What do we have here? I guess it just, if I were Htop, I would probably enumerate sys devices system CPU. I would probably enumerate these, and then you can check if it's online and then get the stats out of it. Because like CPU 1 will have online, of course. CPU 2 will be online. Okay. Can you get the stats out of this? Interesting. Am I in a loop? Weird. What a weird file system. Hardware management via trial by fire. Dude, that's the way to do it. Cat sys devices system CPU possible? Dude, Linux just be making stuff up. Just absolutely making stuff up. Oh, hey, look at this. We got some spam in the YouTube chat. Look at this. You want me to hack someone on Discord? I am a hacker. That is actually what we do on this channel. Hey, whoa, calm down. You don't have to keep spamming in the YouTube chat. I see your message. And I will help you hack a Discord account. That's what we do here. I'm a hacker. Look at me. I'm a hacker. That's what hackers look like. Yes, I can help you. I'm going to help you hack a Discord account, okay? It's okay. You don't have to apologize. I'm going to help you right now, okay? We're going to hack someone's Discord account right now. So I am going to put you in timeout, and you're going to be timed out for the next 24 hours. And I never want to see you back here, okay? Have a good night. Don't spam my chat with that garbage. Don't you ever spam my chat with that garbage. We don't do that here. It's actually I hacked Discord. Yeah, dude, we don't do that. You become big enough for bots and script kiddies. It's a Canadian spammer. They said sorry. Oh my god. Yeah, so to get hacking, you're going to open up Windows Terminal and you're going to type del C colon. I don't actually know how to delete on. Delete system 32 or whatever. That's so stupid. I'm mildly disturbed by the 0 hyphen part of that. Because under what circumstances is it not starting from 0? That's a great question. It might just be because it's like future proofing. I have no idea why that would even happen, actually. Hey Dave, I'm Joshua and I suck at programming. I found your channel a couple months ago and ended up watching most of your Advent of Code playlist. This is my first time catching you live. Hey, welcome. I appreciate it. Welcome. We're about to crash this virtual machine, I think. CPU present. Okay. Dude, there's just whatever files, man. Whatever we want here. Proc stat. I mean, proc stat is probably sufficient. Probably sufficient. Hey, is this recorded? Yeah, if you're on YouTube, the whole video on demand will just be available. All the YouTube live streams are just available as long form videos. I'm gonna have to go to my channel and click the live tab. But yeah, all the old live videos should be available. Also, the format is just end-to-end, or is it like comma separated list of range? I have no idea. Yeah, I literally have no idea. How to talk to you, man. You can't ignore me. I wasted 4 months installing and learning what is happening. Oh, it's the same person? Oh, it's the same person? You gave me a new girls are bad AF. What a username. Incredible username. Listen, bro, you know what? I'm actually going to talk to you. I'm going to talk to you. We're going to talk now. What do you want to do? What do you want to hack someone's Discord for? What do you want? Why are we hacking into someone's Discord? Have they wronged you? Do you know this person? Are you scamming them? What do you want? Why are you here? You want to read? Oh, you want to read their messages? Do you think they're messaging someone else? Is it like a love interest? Is it... What's going on here? You just wanna. You're just interested. You just want to know if it's possible. Oh, they're cheating on you. Well, here's my... She's a liar? Oh, that sucks. Listen, that's brutal. I'm sorry to hear that. That's not a good situation to be in. I'm being genuine here. It's a terrible situation to be in. Let me tell you this right now. If you know that they're cheating, if you know that she's lying and she's cheating on you, you guys are done. The relationship's done. You're done. You don't need to hack them. You don't need to get revenge. You don't need closure in this format. This will not bring you closure. You're just done. Close that door. She's already closed the door. It's your turn to close the door now too, okay? That's my advice to you. Close that door. Don't bother with their account. Just move on and get that out of your head, all right? Yeah, if she's cheating, hacking ain't gonna fix that. That's the truth. The guys, I don't know if the guys text. The text, if they're not showing up in the YouTube chat, they might be showing up here. I have no idea if they're showing up in the actual like chat feed. Yes, I know we are done, but I want to expose her in the whole server. Oh, okay. So this relationship wasn't just between you and her. It's you, her, and the entire world, I'm taking it. Was everyone a part of this relationship with you guys? How can she do this to me? Yeah, it's rough. It's rough out there. Oh, it was a study server too? Oh my god, I'm so sorry to hear that. Anyways, yeah, so to hack, you're going to want to open a terminal. You're going to type in sudo rm space -rf. And you don't type in anything else. You delete all that. You get that energy out, and then you're done. That's how you do it. It's so painful and you can't handle it. So hacking is going to get you out of that pain. Reading her messages, that will bring you less pain. So she's cheating on you. She's a liar. And you want to read her messages to someone that she's cheating on you with, and this will bring you less pain. I want to clarify. Reading the messages from the person who's cheating on you, you think that's going to bring you less pain? I want to make her feel the pain. That's a bad place to be in, because you're not going to solve your own pain by inflicting pain on other. You just end up with twice pain, okay? You have to take your pain and you have to let it go. And you might think, well, that's unfair. How come she gets to get away with it? Yeah, sometimes it's unfair. That's it. Must be new at life. Yeah. Might not look like it, but an MBB is right. Life does move on. It just does. Whether you move with it or not, life moves on, all right? So you can stay in the past or you can move forward. Those are your choices. You don't get a third choice. There is no third choice. You suck at therapy coming soon? I could do therapy hour. I can't actually give therapy. I'm not a licensed therapist, nor would I be doing that online. But we can do some entertainment, talking to people type things. Can you tell me is it even possible to hack, like with email and username? Yeah, that's all you need, actually. If you have someone's email address and their username, you can log into their Discord. The security behind all these things is just smoke and mirrors. It's not real. Like, if I know someone's email address, I can go to Gmail and look at their emails right now. Everyone is constantly hacking everyone because of that. Passwords are just an illusion. So, yeah. The deadpan here. You're not even ready. You guys aren't ready. I have an idea for a video that's just complete satire. Just absolute complete satire. And I am the best person to deliver it. Like, I love the deadpan. I love it. I love it so much. I was a student, but not anymore. Are you the teacher now? The student has become the master. TCP, God, come on, man. Oh my god. Listen, this is clearly, for everyone else who's watching, I'm just enjoying myself. This is funny to me. This is clearly not real. But in the off chance that it is real, maybe some of my advice will be helpful to you guys out there, because it is legitimate advice. You had hair fall because of all the pain at 17. Isn't it terrifying? It's not funny. I'm not laughing. I don't think it's funny. I think it's a lot of things, but funny isn't one of them. I'm having fun, but I don't think it's funny. It's okay, we're loving this too. Listen, man. Here's my actual advice. Here's my literal actual advice. I don't know if you're real or trolling or not. If you did go through a breakup and she cheated on you, listen, man, that sucks. I'm sorry. That sucks. And it's going to stay with you for a long time unless you go do something about it. But one of the best things you can do to actually do something about it is to move on. That sucks. These are probably fresh feelings. You're not going to listen to me. You're going to go find other streamers and ask them how to hack people. I get it. You shouldn't do it. It's bad advice. Maybe in the back of your mind, you'll hear my voice telling you it's bad advice. It's bad advice. You got to just move on. Stop caring. You're like, I'm going to get back at her. That's pointless. That you have no power in that situation. You need to find the situations that actually make you feel like you're able to move on. Like you're not handling this well. I don't say that to make fun of you. I'm not trying to put you down. I'm saying what you're doing here is not the right way of going about it. That's what I mean by that. There are better ways to handle it, and the best way is just to move on. You're going to hack her and read her messages? Why? Make yourself feel bad? It's pointless. It's a pointless venture. It doesn't get you anywhere. My crush said no. Must hack everyone and watch them. So listen, man, here's what you said. You said, I just want her to feel the pain now. If I knew her address, I would slap her so bad. I'm going to stop you right there. You're moving into the realm of actually talking about physically assaulting someone. So if you go any further with this, I am going to kick you. That's completely unacceptable that you would even bring that up. Also, she's your girlfriend. You don't know her address. Like, I'm sorry, but like, come on. What is this even real? What is this? No, she lied. Oh, she lied. So why are you wasting time on a liar? What's the point of this? Where does this get you? She's a liar. So just ignore her. I trusted, but she lied about everything. Oh, man. So are you on the same level of her? You're also untrustworthy? You want to hack someone? Is that what you're saying? You want to go to that level? Is that where you want to be? Hey, what's wrong with liars? Bad cop, the way you do it is fun and endearing, okay? It's more trolling and satire, and I have utmost respect for it. I think it's beautiful. My studies are effed up because of her. No. No, she doesn't control your studies. Your studies are your responsibility. You are in complete control of your reaction to how you feel about her. So you're wrong about that, actually. Yeah, come on, look. Even Fart Burp says that my AIGF broke up with me. Thank you, Fart Burp. Artisanal lying. Yes, exactly. This is insane. This is my form of entertainment. I should just kick them. Like, there's no reason to even entertain this. But don't worry. Once I'm done with this, we are gonna see what happens when we offline all the cores in this machine, because I'm very curious. So that is gonna happen. Please, is there any way you can help me? I'm trying to help you. That's actually not a joke. I am trying to help you. You're just not listening to me. I can help you. Trying to hack someone's Discord is pointless. There's no reason to do it. You say you have a girlfriend and she cheated on you? Yeah, the actual help is to move on and stop thinking about it. Listen, I have a lot of friends that come to me for relationship advice. I am a father figure to a lot of people, and this is the advice that I would be giving them, okay? It's tough, but it's true. I will move on once I hack her and caught her red-handed. No, you won't. No, you won't. That makes no sense. That's like people that apologize for something they're going to do in the future. You can't actually feel remorse if you haven't done the action yet. So when someone's like, I'm sorry for what I'm about to do. No, you're not. You're not. That's not how that works. The temporal part of this makes it so what you said doesn't make any sense. But she hurt me. Okay, yeah. And there'll be a lot more people in the future that end up hurting you in life. That's life, man. How you react to it is your responsibility. All right, so I'm not going to help you hack Discord. That's not happening. You came to the wrong place for that. I gave you as much advice I can give you. This was... It's ran its course. I'm no longer entertained by this. So you're done here. Take my advice. Don't try to hack someone. It's not going to work. It's not going to work out for you. You got to learn to sit with these feelings and process it. Listen, man, I've given you the advice I can give you. Oh yeah, I am playing. I have a piano right in front of me. Yeah, so we're not talking about hacking here. I'm not going to help anyone hack anything. That's not happening. So good luck. Good luck, not good luck hacking. Good luck managing your feelings and being able to move on from the situation. Because if you were cheated on, that's genuinely terrible, and I mean that. I mean that. Like I'm not BSing you. All right, we're moving on, guys. Let's go ahead and hack some cores here. So proc stat is great, but we can't really enumerate it because if a core is offline, we're not going to see it. So I think in order to enumerate the systems, we'll probably have to, at the beginning of the program, ls this and look for CPU star. So we can do this. We can echo this, and there's our CPUs that we can actually go through and figure that out. And then we're gonna have to figure out if we can offline all these cores, because that would be super funny to do. I looked up the code, and that possible/present file is technically a comma-separated list of numbers or ranges. No idea under what circumstances, not a single range starting from 0. Oh, that's hilarious. That's so funny. Yeah. Just split on comma dash. I'm not even gonna parse through that. I'm just gonna enumerate this. Here, I'll show you. Printf %s new line. I'm just gonna enumerate on this, and then I'll match on numbers. That's what I'll do. So we'll figure out how to do that. Thank you for your precious advice. Listen, you're welcome. I'm sorry I can't give you any more meaning. I can't give you advice that's gonna satisfy you today. You're not looking for solutions for the future. You're looking for solutions that'll get you through today. I can't give that to you. I can give you solutions that'll get you through the next couple of months and years in your life. So I appreciate you stopping by. I know we got off on the wrong foot, but I wasn't going to kick you for that. If you want to hang out and learn about computers and stuff, that's totally fine. If you want to take your mind off of it, you're welcome to stay here and talk. But other than that, like, I wish you luck in just being able to process whatever you're going through. Dave Eddy, but what's in CPU online, offline? Oh, good question. Proc, what is it? Oh, it's a sys thing. Can't deal with this. Oh man. All right. I think what we'll do is at the beginning, when we run, we can just enumerate all possible CPU numbers. Now, I'm also wondering from a video standpoint, is it funny? Here we go. Okay. Because remember, I'm turning this into a long form YouTube video. It might be funny to take this naive approach, then offline a core, then show how my program breaks, and then update my program to fix the core. You know what I mean? That actually, I think that's the way to do it. I think using the naive approach first and then doing it that way makes sense. Yeah, I like that idea. Make two associated arrays with the copy function. Okay. Break it by off. This is more. Okay. Now, okay. let me talk to you guys straight up as my content friends here. In my video, I was planning on doing all of these, like do a CPU monitor, a disks monitor, a network monitor, a systems monitor. It might be too much for a single video. I think we'll see what goes into the CPU one, and then I'll decide if I want to put them all in the same video. But like, I think it's really fun to have a really naive CPU one and then break when we offline one of the machines or offline one of the cores. Because I think that's a fun way to do it. Like, here's a naive solution, offline a core, our script breaks, let's fix our script, because offline cores is a real thing that can happen. Dude, wow, you remind me of my friend I had with that big heart. Listen, that's a nice thing to say. I don't know. It's like, I know we were trolling and we were having fun and we were being entertained, but like, literally, if someone needs advice out there, like, who knows who's gonna watch this VOD and hears that and it's what they need to hear. So you never know. What do you think of writing notes in Markdown? Oh, big fan of Markdown. I love Markdown. Yeah. All right, so what are we doing? So let's... You guys want to have some fun? We echoed 0 into CPU 1. Let's go ahead and echo 0 into that. Wait, what? Why are we getting permission denied? Can we not offline CPU 0? Okay, we've offlined 3 out of the 4 CPUs. Oh, does Linux not let you offline CPU 0? I even get permission denied. Even as root, I get permission denied. I would have expected like eperm, not eaccess. Wow. I can't just offline the last CPU? I mean, that would have been hilarious, wouldn't it have been? Yeah, what about a video for each one so a person can digest all that information? It always depends on how long the video is. If I end up making the CPU video and it's 15 minutes, I'll do more there. But if I end up, you know, doing, I can't think. If it ends up being like an hour long, then I won't do more. You can't offline your own CPU. Ugh. So lame. It makes perfect sense that you wouldn't be able to, but you know what I mean? Like, ugh, would have been awesome if you could. Oh, there's no CPU for, right. Can you do it in single user mode? That's a great question. I actually don't know the answer to that. Bad Cop, why are you sending, what are these advent of code solutions you're sending me? What did I mean by this? Yeah, this has got to be a... Wait a minute. I actually know what that is. Bad Cop, is this Yeah, I was going to say, it's the ranges, isn't it? It's the CPU. I literally recognize that. That's a range parser. Yeah. I was staring at the code. I'm like, that parses the stupid range format we were looking at. That's so funny. Quick Google search says you can compile the kernel with config boot param hot plug CPU 0 enabled. Yeah, I want a hot plug CPU 0, boys. That's so funny. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's so funny. Okay. Let's get back into it. What are we doing here? So here's what we can do. At the beginning, well, no, let's make the proc stat one, because this is just for our own edification. Let's not do this yet. Let's actually start. I want to just think about how to do this. So we have a thing that we want to process. We have the idle time. So now we know how long it was busy, how long it was idle. Here we go. Let's run print bar on key and data at key. So we're going to do the naive solution first, and then we're going to clean it up a little bit. The progress bar in bash code, it's pretty much, yeah, it's going to be very similar to that. I'll probably just rewrite it from scratch, but it's going to be very similar to that. Do you really want to show an offline CPU or keep a Unix-like? Just show what you've got. I kind of want to show the CPU if it's offline. I would like to see some sort of indication. Just because if I ran this thing that shows me the CPU usage, this is personal. I would want to see, if I have 8 CPUs in the machine, I want to see all 8. If only 6 are active, I still want to see 8. That's how I think of it. Yo, what's up, Arthur? How you doing? Not too bad. All right, so we have this. Okay. And we do have the main CPU too, so there's definitely something to consider there, but let's go ahead and make some logic to print bars for it now. So we have the usage, and the usage is out of 1,000. So let's go ahead and print some bars where we can say, how do we want to do this? So that's how many bars out of 1,000 we want to light up. Wow, the machine's like doing nothing. Look who's back. What's up, man? How you doing? Can I ask, are you from Australia or the USA? I am from the USA. Yeah, you could have a situation where a CPU appears out of thin air. I don't know how the kernel actually handles that. Like, if the CPU isn't there when you're booted, I don't actually know what Linux does. Would you ever consider doing an awk video? One of my favorite tools to learn about. I'd have to learn more about it. Definitely something I would consider, but no promises yet. Yeah, in particular if the CPU is the highest. Yeah, exactly. We do have to worry about that. What do I do with all these channel points? I gotta figure out. I'm a bad streamer. I don't know what to do with the channel points. Yes, that's what I plan on doing, Richard, is verifying that. Yeah. Your life is best. I came back to say Merry Christmas. Thank you. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas. And yeah, I listen, man. I do mean it. I hope things work out for you. I hope you find yourself in a better place. So I appreciate you stopping by, and I try not to be too rash with people. So you're welcome here if you want to hang out and do whatever, or do whatever you want. But yeah, I appreciate you saying that. Super nice. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you as well. Okay, I made it worse. Oh, bad God, what are you doing here? Why are you piping it into bash -c? Oh my God. Oh my God, you're generating sequence commands from it. What happened? You know what? I'm on Linux right now, so I can actually just make you happy. Oh God, I'm so afraid to run this. If you guys can't see it, Bad Cops in Twitch chat. She's sending me stuff. I'm gonna take out this bash -c trigger, and we're just gonna put an echo here. So that didn't do anything. Did something get lost in the Twitch translation? Oh, it's because I took out the curly braces. It's my fault. So this is what you've generated. Oh my God, you've generated the sequence commands, xrx-i, this, bash, -c. Yeah, and then it puts this in the bash. I got you. Incredible. Incredible. It's insane. That's insane. Yeah, exactly. Trying to crash my streams, 100%. I will learn from you. Well, hey, I appreciate you hanging out. Can you tell me a name related to Hydra? I have no idea what that is. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't feel scared someone's going to hack me. Nope. It's possible. Nothing. Everything's hackable. But I can't live my life in fear of that. I can do my best to prepare for it, and that's about it. All right. So here's what we have. And if we ran that thing to do the busy sleep over here, then we can see that one of the CPUs will be very, very high. Okay, yeah, one's literally 1,000 out of 1,000. Okay, so let's go ahead and make some progress bars. Yeah, bad cop, I'm not running anything more from you. So let's go ahead and print some bars. And let's remember how to do this off the top of my head. Or we go pull up the progress barcode. Do we just pull up the progress barcode? I think we talked about just yoinking it from there. Yeah, we're yoinking it. Reading some commands from dev TCP. Incredible. So this is how we do it. Oh, I need better names for this. These are horrendous names. There's really not much that goes into it. Okay. Let's do this. Bar char equals pipe, empty char equals space. And then we have the usage, which is a number out of 1,000, but we don't want to do 1,000. I hit the original. I think the logic is pretty much the same. So I don't think there's much difference between it. I don't think I changed much of that code. You know what I mean? I might have. I don't remember. Columns minus suffix minus 2. Oh, that's all I did. Was I just made a length of it. The numbers is the percentage done times the length divided by 100. Okay. Yeah, I look like the super duper pro hacker from the movie. I get that a lot because the hair. I got the hacker build. I know. I'm aware of how I look. It's not a surprise to me. Let's say the length is, let's just say 80 columns for now. And then the number of bars will be the usage, which is a number out of 1,000 times length divided by 1,000. Is that right? I think that's right. Okay. It's promising. We still got that busy sleep going over there. It's promising. Let's make the length instead of 80. Let's do 50. And let's put some characters in it. Like, what do we want here? This will be the key and the percent. There we go. Okay, well that's horrendous. The only way Dave's gonna hack is if Bad Cop gets hacked and the hacker sends a malicious bash one-liner from her account. Listen, it's a good chance that would happen. I get Hagrid a lot. You wouldn't believe it. A lot of people are like, oh, Hagrid's teaching me scripting. And I'm like, yeah, truly I am. Make the length equal to t put columns. Eventually, we'll get there. We're going slowly. I like to iterate one thing at a time. I want to make sure it's working before I jump on to the next one. What do we do wrong here? Yeah, that makes sense. There we go. That looks pretty nice. Now the order sucks, but looks pretty nice. You have Hagrid's personality, to be honest. Yo, what a nice compliment. Hagrid's a great character. Dave is wearing Canadian style. Listen, you don't even want to know. You don't even want to know what's going on, all right? All flannel, all plaid. All right, look at this. And you can see the one CPU is pegged. So if I kill that busy sleep, that CPU will ease up. Yeah, now the machine's basically idle. Now this is not a core. This is a aggregate CPU line. So maybe we just filter that one out. We can bring it back later, but we can filter it out for now. And actually, this is super nice. So let's go ahead. Let's rerun this. And let's offline a core. Let's offline CPU 1 and let's see what happens. It just got deleted from the thing. Okay. And let's go ahead and echo 1 back into it. Okay, and it shows back up. You know what? It's not terrible. It's not terrible that that happens. It might be nice to see all of the CPUs ahead of time and know which one's online and which one's offline, but it's not terrible that that happens. So, I'll take that. All plaid or all denim. Dude, I love the, what was it, Canadian tuxedo? That's such a funny name for an outfit. I love it. This is actually not that terrible. I thought he had only underwear. No, I got pajamas on. All right, so here's what we'll do. So we can do some filtering out here. Yeah, nothing crashes, so that's pretty cool. It's 2 in the morning for you? Oh boy, it's midnight 30 over here, so I'm 2 hours before you. So what we can do is we can filter out some data. We have read proc. Let's go here. Let's say if key not equal CPU, then break. We can put some more stuff here. We can say or key equals CPU. This will be an exact match. And that's not what we want. If key equals this. So we actually want this. Star will match anything. Do we need a question mark, actually? Add the moon. add snow. You guys suck. Yes, T-put columns won't. You need to do the whole length of it. Don't worry. I've done a whole video on progress bars in the past, and I literally have that exact logic. Columns minus the length of the suffix minus 2 because of the square brackets taking up 2 things. So don't worry. We'll be working on something like that. What was I doing? Yep, we're going to be doing cursor manipulation stuff, so don't worry about that. Key equals CPU question mark. There is no dollar width. I think you're thinking of dollar columns. This would just be, yeah, this, I would just have to have a version of Bash that supports it. So it depends how crazy I want to be. What I'll typically do in the video where I actually show that, I'll do a check like, you know, if we're going to use dollar columns, but if columns is not set, we'll use columns equals tput cols if it's not set. Otherwise, you could do stty size, I think. Yeah, and that gives you lines and columns. So we can do that. I use that in something xmas.ysap.sh/2024. Yeah, I guess we just use tput. Oh, right, because I changed that in 2025. Does it still fork out? Oh my god, it still does fork out, doesn't it? Interesting. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But yeah, stty size. We'll use the bash built-in way if it's supported. stty is not built into bash. Text files. to-do.txt. I'm more of a text guy. Change it to Markdown if I have to. You literally just watched the progress bar video yesterday. Dude, that progress bar video blew up. That's like... people find my channel through it, which is super nice. This is why I can't code when I'm on stream with you guys, because you guys just keeps giving me ideas for the next like 8 years. If key equals CPU, we just want it to be like a number. Can I just do this? Is that valid? Did I just make up syntax? Yeah, I thought I just made up syntax. Maybe you should do a bash script to store those ideas. Listen, that's a great idea. You found the channel through it? Yeah, that progress bar video like did super well. Yeah. You found it through Safe Sleep. Oh, wow. So you're a relatively new watcher here. You have the best progress bar explainer tutorial on YouTube as far as I can find. Let's go. Let's go. I have a new one planned. I'll give you guys a little bit of a sneak peek of it, but I'm going to make a spinner. So it'll actually be like an asynchronous spinner that goes. So that'll be super cool to see. Is this real? Do I have 40 people watching on Twitch and 160 people watching on YouTube? If so, that's awesome. Go me. I'm great. Yeah, so if you're watching right now and you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, okay? We're trying to get that number really big. If you're watching on Twitch, go over to my YouTube and hit that subscribe button. Just kidding. Hit that follow button. But yeah, thank you. Thank you, everyone. I appreciate you guys watching. Don't worry, stream's not over yet. But yeah. You need a bot for that. A bot for what? Because I already forgot what I was saying. What's up, Seek Day? Yo, how you doing, man? Welcome. Oh, I'm using equals exclamation mark. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Loading bar video doing work for that view count? Dude, it totally is. Do you have an unused Prime sub? Yo, go hit me with that Prime on Twitch then. I appreciate it. What's your main language for your day job? A lot of Bash, a lot of Rust. Yeah, that'll do it, huh? Okay, well, still doesn't work. I might just have to make this two separate things. Because we just want to match if it's key and a number. Yeah, have a good night, Cyberwire. Yo, thank you for the Prime subscription. I'm going to assume you are the dude from the YouTube chat. You're the man, Dave. Yo, appreciate it. What a nice thing to say. It's awesome to hear. If key is not equal to CPU star, or key is equal to CPU, right? What am I doing wrong here? I know it's the mixing of these two that's causing some weird issue. What am I not thinking clearly about? If key is not equal to CPU star, then we break. Or if key is equal to just the actual string of CPU, and then we break. Oh! Because I put break. Because I put break. Yeah, it's because of... I was breaking because all the CPUs were at the beginning. Now I had to change it to continue. So we're just going to not process them. Technically speaking, we're going to read through the whole file, which is kind of annoying, but yeah. There we go. Look at this. That's beautiful. So now we have this. Now, they're not exactly sorted. I still don't know why they're not sorted. Let's do a little test. I got a hype train going on Twitch. Yo, thank you guys. That's super nice. Let's go ahead and make our own little thing. Let's have CPU 2 equals 1 and CPU 1 equals 1. Var dump array. There we go. So CPU 2 comes first. If we loop the keys, yeah, we get them in that order. Is there any way to force them into a sorted order? I would hate to reinvent a sort here. I don't plan on doing that. So getting the highest index might be the way to do it. I think we're gonna put off the sort for now. I don't think there's an easy way to do the sort. I'm not gonna pipe into sort. I'm not using external utilities because it's like a challenge. So that's why I'm not gonna pipe it into sort. It is interesting that it's so interesting that it's just backwards. Yep, don't worry. We're not at that point yet where we're going to show the offline ones. We're going to get there though. I'm going kind of in order of how I'm going to do the video. We filter out the CPU key. So now we have this. That's the thing. I'm not sure it's an arbitrary order. It does look like it's being reversed, doesn't it? Like, am I crazy? It kind of does. But how would it be reversed? Because, like, it should just be this. It should be reading in like that. So what I can do is, when I go to the first array, yeah, dude, BOGO sort, that's the way to do it. The sort I'm going to do is I'm going to write it to Bad Cop's computer, and she's going to get a text, and then she has to sort it on her phone and text it back. That's actually how we're going to solve that. Okay. Yeah, we're inputting it here. So let's read proc, declare -p data exit. There we go. Yeah, inputting CPU 0, inputting CPU 1, inputting CPU 2, inputting CPU 3. But then look at this. It comes out backwards for some reason. It must just be the way that you input into an associative array. I don't know. I have no idea. You installed Kali Linux? Hey, awesome. That's great to hear. Yo, thank you for the Prime subscription. Oh my God, you guys are awesome. Thank you for the Prime subscription. It had Gile78. I'm butchering that. With you and Bad Cop influencing people to do non-trivial programs in Bash, can we expect gradual type annotations to arrive in Bash? I don't know what you can expect. I'm going to be honest. Yes, it's Dave Eddy. That's my Twitch username, Dave_Eddy. You Suck at Programming was too long of a name for Twitch. So it's being inputted. It's being like put in here backwards, which is so interesting. Because that's normally not the case. You know what I mean? That's normally not how it works. Because if I do like, you know, oh man, I have a way of fixing it. You get the same results manually? Yeah, I have a way of fixing it. I have a clever way of fixing it. Oh my God, thank you guys. Thank you guys for the Prime subscription over on Twitch. Thank you, Alpha Links. Thank you, Frivolous Squid. You guys are awesome. You can reverse it again by copy. You could do that. What I can do is I can just, yeah, you could skip the CPU part. I can skip the CPU part and put it into an indexed array because Bash supports sparse arrays. So that is a way of doing it. So actually, I'm gonna do that. That's what I'm gonna come up with for this. Filter out the CPU key. We're going to make the assumption that it's always going to start with the string CPU, which I think is okay because if you man procstat, it labels it as CPU and then N. So we can actually safely make that assumption. So here we go. We're gonna go to CPU here. And when we read it in, instead of doing -A, we're gonna declare them as normal arrays, indexed arrays, and we're gonna get the actual indexed. So local num equals the CPU with the string CPU removed from it. That's what we're gonna do. And then we're gonna set data at num equals to that. That's what we're gonna do. And then for the same thing here, we do old equals this, key equals that. This doesn't change. This stays exactly the same. So now we have num. We can actually just get rid of the dollar signs here because they are numbers. Now this all may work. This might actually just work. I think it's going to print slightly differently if I just print the number. Okay, well, the data array is wrong, so I'll have to figure that one out. Doing this means you're not going to break when you offline a CPU. We're going to see, because it's a sparse array, I don't know what's going to happen. We're gonna see. Because it's a sparse array, we can just set arbitrary keys. So it's going to be 0, 1, and 4 that's going to be set, and we're going to loop over those. So we should still break. One should just disappear, is what I'm trying to say. Once we offline a CPU, it should just disappear. Let me figure out why it's not working. I call it key. Yeah, it's not right. This is key. Inputting. Data num. Okay. There we go. That looks good. Okay. That looks good. It just doesn't put the string CPU in it, so we just have to go manually put that in. There we go. So now if I were to start up a busy sleep, like a while, let's just do it here. While true, do this, done. Then we can see that the CPU gets completely pegged. That's awesome. That's what we want. I don't think it'll show the stale data forever because I have logic to clear the arrays. The arrays get cleared before they get copied and reinitialized. So let's offline the CPU. It just disappears. See? If we offline the CPU, it disappears from here. If we online it, then it comes back. It's because I'm clearing the data right here where I read the proc file system. This line right here completely clears the array. And then when we copy it to the old data, we completely clear the array. That's why it's being removed. Yo, Sashi, thank you for the tier 1. Oh my god, that's awesome. For 6 months in advance? Yo, legend right there. Yo, appreciate it. That's super nice. That's awesome. All right, so we have the offlining CPU thing working. That's great. Now, is Twitch making me do stuff? Twitch, relax. Okay, so we have this. Go to the notes. Filter out the CPU key. Oh, it's unsorted. change from associative to indexed sparse. Do you plan to print the CPU status of all the line? Yes, yes. We're not there yet, but yes, I do plan on doing that. You earned it. I've learned a lot. Yo, appreciate it. That's super awesome. I'm glad to hear that. That's super cool. I'm glad you guys are learning from me. I think it's super awesome. I've always like low-key wanted to be like a teacher. So the fact that I I'm not a teacher, I'm not a professor at a university, but the fact that I get to do this is super fun to me. Like, I love it. How do I have 172 concurrent viewers on YouTube? That's crazy, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching me. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You should be hitting that anyways. But yeah, I mean, and 55 people on Twitch. This is insane. This is crazy viewership. I never do these kind of numbers. So thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate it. This is super cool. Yeah. What are we doing? Okay. Man proc. Watch this. Make function for gathering info. Make two associated array. Make print bar function. Yoink from that. Filter out CPU key. Uh-oh, it's unsorted. Change from associative to indexed. Nice. Break it by offlining a core. Core disappears. Okay. How can we make it so the core still shows up? You deserve more views even. Yeah, what a nice compliment. Found you this week. Been fun learning things in Bash. Dude, that's awesome. Because here's the thing. If you found me recently, that's awesome because there's a ton of content you can go for. If you found me over a year ago, you're like, Dave, please just release the Bash course. You said you would get it done by 2025. And I did get it done by 2025. Now I got it done by the last month of the year. It turns out that it's very time consuming to make a whole course. But yeah, so if you're just finding me now, then good on you. I already have all the content out. Yo, Reverend Clown Shoes, thank you for the Prime subscription over on Twitch. That's awesome. Will this work on a Mac too? No. Mac does not have a Linux compatible proc file system that I am aware of. I used to do peer mentoring for computer science stuff in my undergrad, and I send people your way all the time. I wonder if anyone in my chat is coming from that. Dude, that's so awesome to hear. That's so cool. It's going to be 3 a.m. here, and I got working a bit, but this content is awesome. Yo, appreciate you just for stopping by. It's awesome. Just got out of the shower. It's both relaxing and educational. That's awesome. I'm a PowerShell guy, and I still watch the full course. Hey, legend! I would pay for this Bash course if my country's money is worthless. Dude, don't even worry about it. I appreciate that, but the Bash course is free. So if you can't pay for it or you don't feel like it or for whatever reason it just doesn't make sense to, you don't have to. It's completely free. Can we expect Rust tutorials in the future? I think so. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Hey, Seeknay over in the Twitch chat heard PowerShell. He's a PowerShell expert over there. I don't think he would call himself a PowerShell expert. He's probably upset that I called him that, but that's what I consider him. He's my go-to resource for PowerShell if I ever need it. He's absolutely not LOL. Yeah. Yo, hello, hello, hello. Welcome. All right, let's get this done for tonight. Let's get the offlining logic done. There's still so much more to do. We have to colorize it. We have to do some tput commands to make it so we're not constantly just printing new things to the screen. I thought that this would be one video where we did CPU, disks, network, and a generic system monitor. I think it's going to be one video for the CPU, guys. This video is going to be like an hour long in and of itself. I'm a professional yapper, so we'll just get the CPU stuff working. And that's what I think we're going to do. But that just means more content, right? More content is good. I do have some fun content planned in the future. Oh man, the spinner video is going to be really cool. I got all the code written for that. This one's going to be cool. When I cut up the Bash course into shorts, there's going to be so much content. Making it portable to macOS and Illumos could be cool. So, portable to macOS might be tough, but Illumos is going to be part of the video. And actually, FreeBSD, maybe. I don't remember if it's possible or not in FreeBSD. In Illumos, it will be possible, and I'm very excited for that. I have to remember what it's called off the top of my head. I think it's LX proc. I have to remember how to actually mount it. Can you do mount -T LX proc? Let's go. Let's test this out right now. I got some time. More content equals more money. You know it. You know it. Please make your own OS and bash. I don't know about that. But yeah, random. You were talking about the this one here. Let's try this out. Watch this. Make dir proc. I can mount -t lx proc to proc. I think I can do this. Is it not T? I might have to look up the syntax for this. Can I just do this? Sudo? What's the syntax for it? There is something in Illumos called lxproc, which is like a loosely proc compatible proc file system. So I'll have to look up the syntax on how to actually do it. But basically it gives you a proc file system that kind of matches what Linux has. So it should be good enough. Let's see. I'll have to look this up. Unironically, I want to pair program with Dave and PowerShell on Linux. Listen, bad cop. We got to start. Tell me that wouldn't be amazing YouTube comment. 2 bash scripters learning PowerShell for the first time. It would be hilarious. That would unironically be hilarious. That would be such fun content. Oh my God. Yo, what's up? Echo, good day. Right output, good day. I like both bash and PowerShell. I basically created similar to your progress bar thing in PowerShell a while back. Running a PowerShell audio player. It's rough, but it works. Dude, that's so cool. That's awesome to hear. Dude, I'd be down to do a PowerShell thing. 2 bash experts react to PowerShell for the first time. Unironically, that would go so hard, dude. It'd be so fun. I would love it. I would love it. I think it'd be so much fun. Yeah, if I bring the terminal down here, and then I open up a new thing, am I cut off if I do this? That does get cut off. Okay. Yeah, it's not great, but here we are. Oh, okay. Is there a native thing on Illumos though, as a not a compatibility layer? Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, Illumos has a proc file system, but it's not like the Linux proc file system. It's not a dumping ground for stringified data. So you're not going to find something that allows you to get the data that way. If we want to get the same information, we would need to do PSR info. For processor info, you'd have to do iostat-xen1 and parse this for the disks. How do you get cores? mpstat1 to get core data. Now, okay, my machine has 64 cores, so like it's a lot to look at. You would have to parse this output in Illumos to get it. So the commands are there. It's just it's not living on the file system. How do I mount the LX proc file system? Oh man, I used to do this all the time. Actually, wait, is it mounted by default? Hold on. It's not. Okay. Yeah, on Illumos, there are directories, and inside them, there's things like usage and stuff. So like proc usage, and this is binary data you'd have to parse to get the information out of it. So I've written code that does it, but like, yeah, we wouldn't be able to do it easily in bash. How do you, what am I missing here? I've mounted it before. I don't remember the syntax off the top of my head. I really thought it was mount dash capital F or mount dash T. Yeah, it's definitely LX proc, because you can like man. Yeah, it's dash F. It's this. I guess I can just try to mount it to, do I have a mounter here I can just use? Huh. There's going to be something very, very simple I'm missing here. I'll have to figure this out before I actually make a video about it, of course. Yeah, because there was system LX proc, I remember. Oh my god, wait. Do I have to install it on OmniOS? It might not be installed by default. I didn't think about that. linprocfs. What is linprocfs? Isn't that BSD? Isn't that BSD's compatibility layer? Yeah, I think that's that's BSD's. I might have to install it. No, I swear it comes with a system. I don't know. I'll have to research this later. I have a buddy I can ping who knows Illumos really well. He'll just tell me. Yeah, linprocfs is FreeBSD. I recognize that name. Okay, I pulled the man page for it. Mount -f alexproc directory. Like, I have it right. It's just not working. Like, that's literally how to do it. I'm curious now. Let's go to the hypervisor. Nothing. Was support for this removed at some point? There's no way it was. It's gonna be a. Do I have to install the brand? I don't know how entertaining this is for people that are watching. I'm just getting nerd sniped by this. Yeah, do I have to install the brand for LX? I might have to. I don't know what's happening, but I feel the dopamine. Hey, good. First time seeing Dave not doing Linux. This can't be your first time seeing me not do Linux. I almost never do Linux. Like, almost all my videos are recorded on my Mac. Wow, okay, so it's not in that package. Yeah, just okay, just actually didn't install it. This is a Mac, but we're logged into an Illumos system and logged into a Linux system. But all of my videos are recorded on my Mac, pretty much. I might have to reboot the zone? There's no way. That seems far-fetched. Does it only work in the global zone? I'm just making things up. Let's stop guessing. Operation not applicable to FS type LS proc. I don't know. I'll have to figure this out. Dave, what's your opinion on Nick's Darwin? No idea. Never used it. All right, one last thing. We're going to look up Alex branded zones on the OmniOS Community Edition website, and we're going to see what they have here. Yeah, this is what I have. I've already installed it. Should be the right thing. Yeah, I've already got that installed. Nix Darwin is just the Nix package manager for macOS. Yeah, I never tried it. I've never really gotten into Nix. I haven't spent much time with it. I know nothing about it. Seems like it'd be your cup of tea. I should check it out. Everyone tells me to check it out. The problem is the people that know me, like my tech friends that I know IRL, keep telling me that it's like I wouldn't like it. They're like, Dave, you would hate this. So I don't know who to trust. I guess trust myself and look it up. That's really the way to do it. Am I crazy? Does LX proc not exist anymore? I have to message my buddy. You need a reboot on FreeBSD? That's interesting. I wouldn't imagine you need to do that here. Is there a way to list all mount types? I think it is an error for it not existing. Yeah, literally, I think that's what's happening here. Like, it's just giving me the same error as if it didn't exist, you know what I mean? Just wondering where it actually stores the types. Is it an Illumos gate? Oh well. We're getting completely sidetracked here. Device, Illumos gate. Okay. It might just not be an OmniOS. That seems crazy. I was able to install it. This just isn't right. Let's see if it was removed. That can't be right. 2008. Last time Alice mentioned was 2008. It's not gonna bear fruit. KMM leak and KMM Alec. PertConf needs Oracle branded. Okay, that's too old. It's crazy. Can I find my name in here? Oh yeah, look at that. Dave Eddy, 2017. Add sys events to ZFS core for commands. God, I have enough reviewers? Crazy. Alright. I think I might have to give up on that for now. I'll have to message my one buddy. He's my go-to when it comes to Illumos stuff. We'll see. That's super strange. But nerd sniped. Ideally, it would work on Illumos after I get the LX proc compatibility layer up. Is that the most reviewers on a commit? I doubt it. There are some commits that have like 40 reviewers. It's crazy. All right, so what's the last thing we were going to do tonight before I jump off? If I run CPU, we get this. If I offline a machine, it disappears. Okay, so we are going to enumerate the CPUs. That was our plan. And the way we'll do that is by enumerating the CPUs that we find here. That's interesting. Oh, CPU 0 doesn't have an online? Is it because CPU 0 is always online? Yeah, CPU 0 literally doesn't have an online. Huh. That's funny. All right, so what's a clean way of enumerating these? We want CPU and then a number here. I guess we could use extended globbing, right? There we go. Okay. So we can grab this. And then if we want to grab everything up until the first number, let me think. I can do array equals this. And then if we var dump array, we get that. We can do array, and then we can delete everything up until a number. Or am I just making up syntax? Is that not right? If I'm deleting the number 2, wouldn't this print nothing? Oh, I could just do this. There we go. Oh, you're right. It did print nothing. Yeah. Good call. This works. Okay, where did I have this? Here we go. How do we make it so? I think this will work for more than 16 cores. We can test that. Not 16, 10. Okay, so now we just have the CPU numbers. Okay. So instead of array, we'll store it in data. I want to store it as the keys. Data num equals something. Now we can declare -p data and exit. So if this all works, there we go. We should have an array with all of the possible CPUs here, regardless of if they're online or offline. Cool. So now with our logic that clears out the data that's there, we shouldn't be doing that. Maybe we should. Let me think. Let's call this all CPUs. We'll have to clean up these variable names. So we have all CPUs there. Now, when we read proc, we can say for num in all CPUs. Do data num equals offline. Default it to offline. Then we'll loop over it and we'll store it as online, busy, and idle. So now when we read this, we can read state 1, state 2. Oh man. Okay. So now if state 1 equals offline or state 2 equals offline, then. Okay. So if it's online, we'll do all of this code. I guess we could lie. Like, okay, hear me out. Busy, idle. I have to think of a way to clean this code up. This is not great. Also, we do have a possible divide by 0 here. All right, what are we doing here? Rust. What's your question? Oh man, you having fun with Kali Linux over there? It's awesome to hear. We do have a potential divide by 0 here. So we should do this. Okay. I think this is going to work. Cool. Look at that. Shows it as offline. Let's go ahead and turn it back on. There we go. Let's go ahead and turn it off. Offline. Turn it back on. Perfect. Put it into a while busy loop, and one of them should spike up to 100% usage. There we go. Cycle 0 into that one, cycle 0 into this one, and cycle 0 into this one. Look at that. Trying to think of the order of this one. Do we want to make it nice and add colors to it first? Or do we want to fix the offline online thing? No, I think we want to break it at the end. Yeah, okay. Oh, it's unsorted. Change from associative index, breaking it. Okay. Now, make it fancy with colors. Make it ANSI curses, and that'll be alternate screen, clear screen. Yeah. Alternate screen, move cursor, trap, exit. Cool, so we'll make it fancy first. Then we'll break it by offlining a core. Enumerate all available CPUs. Okay. All right, then we're there. Technically, we are letting those go to 0 on its own. That's not great. Because these are undefined, so they'll just default to being 0. We should give them default states. Okay. Okay, that's cleaner. There we go. Okay, so now if I offline a core, like CPU 3, then it goes offline. That's great. If I online a core, like CPU 3, comes back up. It takes 1 tick before it comes back up because it has to read it. It has to get 2 readings before it can calculate proper usage, so not the worst thing in the world. But that's good to know. Awesome. And then the last thing was the busy loop. There we go. Perfect. That's it. And this, oh boy, this is enough for a very long video. Cool. Now what's the last thing we need? We need take options. Toggle color, toggle width, toggle characters. Is the if $time loop. I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what you're asking. Syntax highlighting for the text file, that is just a spell checker. Set no spell. We'll turn off the spell checker. Yeah, I don't even see it. Toggle color, toggle width, toggle characters. I could add some stuff to this if we wanted to make it fancy. Like a nice little, I could grab the type of processor it is. And we could enumerate it. We could do some checking, like, is this all that there is? But that seems excessive here. Might just toss that in the end. All right. I think that's it. I think we're in a good place. I have enough here. Oh man, I thought I was gonna get way more done, but I think this is enough for like its own video. This is a ton of stuff to go over here. This is huge. Yeah, that is great to see. Are you toggling online, offline on realistic running CPU or only on a file which is created in the name of the CPU? I don't know what that means. I'm not sure what you're asking there. Because when I write this to that file, it turns that CPU off. Like that processor is done. Yeah, like in Linux, that turns that processor off. I have to get Alex proc working. I'll have to figure that out. Yeah, the name's gonna be too much to even have to focus on. I do have a video planned where I do like some sort of like basic Neo fetch style thing. So I think that's a good video to talk about it. I'll have to tease the next thing's coming up. So that's what I'll do. Cool. Yeah. So I think that's it. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful animation. I do hate how I can't bring this down because like I want it down here, but then when I open up another thing, it goes off screen. That's so annoying. There's got to be a way to tell iTerm, like, hey, when I open up a new tab, shrink the window to keep the same window size. Oh, that's beautiful. Why does the 32 core CPU only have? Oh, it's only 4 cores were given to the virtual machine. If I log into the hypervisor and then I do something like I'm not on Linux. What is it? PSR info VP. There's way more cores. If I run Htop on here, I mean this is ridiculous. All right. Well, I'm going to call it here. I'm going to call it a night. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I appreciate you guys all coming around and hanging out. We got 60 viewers on Twitch. That's probably the most I've ever had, so that's amazing. If you're watching on Twitch, go ahead and hit that follow button. We're at 899 followers. We're on one more, and I have 900 followers, so go hit that follow button. And if you're watching on YouTube, I got 150 people watching right now. That's insanity. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're on YouTube, I have, right now, 74,643 subscribers. So, yeah. We are at 900 followers on Twitch. Thank you. Yeah, Peter, it was you. You were the 900th follower. Thank you so much, Peter. That's so awesome. So yeah, 643. Now I'm 644 on YouTube. So someone just subscribed. So thank you, everyone. I appreciate it. Love growing this channel. It's fun hanging out here. And yeah, look forward to when this comes out as a video. It'll be a bit before I actually clean up the code and turn it into a video. But I do want to go through and do network bandwidth utilization, disk utilization, a little system monitor. So I'll be doing more streams like this where we'll dig into some Linux specific stuff, and I'll get Alex proc working. So thank you. I appreciate it. Saw your 7-hour course. It was useful. That's awesome. I'm glad to hear that. Can you do a C series? Probably not. I don't know C that well. No promises at all. So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in, and have a good night. And if you were here earlier in the stream, I hope you enjoyed that nice little conversation I had with the person who wanted to hack Discord. Because, you know, there's a part of me that's like, okay, it's a troll. It's not worth going into. But there's another part of me it's like, no, it could legitimately be a person that needs help. So you just never know who you're talking to. So there we go. So yeah, have a good night, everyone. Take care. I will see you guys later. See ya.